Her Majesty, 95, has been living in Windsor Castle for the duration of the lockdown. She was there with her husband Prince Philip until his death last month. However, it has been the assumption that she will return to Buckingham Palace once the lockdown and risk from COVID is over. Buckingham Palace has been the seat of the monarchy since Queen Victoria came to the throne, and the Queen has spent 68 years reigning from there. However, she is now in her mid-90s and still grieving the loss of her husband. While she continues to do royal engagements, she has been cutting back for several years now, with more responsibility falling to her heir, Prince Charles, as well as other royals. Pod Save the Queen is hosted by Anne Gripper and features Daily Mirror royal editor Russell Myers. This week, the pair were discussing Prince Charles's new plans to open up royal palaces to the public more, including Buckingham Palace for more weeks of the year. Ms. Gripper said she did not think this would happen until Charles comes to the throne, because the Queen may not want such changes happening around her at her age. She said, "I can't see the Queen would want to bring it forward during her time, because she probably doesn't need people tramping around in her home when you're in your mid-90s and you've had enough upheaval going on and just trying to get on with things." However, Mr. Myers said he did not think the Queen would go back to Buckingham Palace full-time. He said a more likely future situation is a halfway house between Buckingham Palace and other residences, most likely Windsor Castle. In that case, he argued, the plans could happen even during her reign. Mr. Myers said, "Unless she doesn't. I mean, we're told that she will come back to Buckingham Palace, that it's still a working palace, but I don't see it really. I think the Queen will split her time between Buckingham Palace and Windsor Castle. So in terms of then moving back on a permanent basis, she had already started spending weekends elsewhere, whether it be Windsor or Sandringham or whatever. But I can't see that the Queen will move back there permanently. So perhaps this project will become a reality while the Queen is still here, you never know." Mr. Myers then questioned whether Charles will even move to Buckingham Palace when he becomes king. Mr. Myers said of the plan to open up the palace, "It's a good idea, I think, because whether Charles actually goes to live in Buckingham Palace, will he stay in Clarence House? Certainly William doesn't necessarily want to upheave all his family to go and live in Clarence House, so I think it will look very, very different to how it looks now." Mr. Myers' comments back up what former palace butler Paul Burrell said in April. Mr. Burrell, who has written a book about his time working for Princess Diana, said he believes the Queen will stay at Windsor Castle for the rest of her life.